Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Art Weekly. We are heading off to Portugal very soon. I think I talked about needing to crack on with this card making. I've got to boost my stock for the June Open Studios, and I thought yesterday afternoon down in the house, how about trying to print some of the wallpaper very randomly on the larger cards. These are the 6x6, it's 250 GSM, and it just about goes through my printer. The cards aren't fully printed, they're partial print. Part print, part paint. And I had a go. I put the chair, one of the chair paintings that I'd photographed, I put that into black and white and then ran it through the printer when the wallpaper print was dry. And it wasn't a great success, but it's the beginning of an experiment, and I remind myself of that. So I looked at it this morning and thought, well, I might now go in with some paint rather than abandon it altogether. It's an earring day today. Don't ask me why, it just is. So I thought I'll just use that print as an underpainting. I've got my smalls here. Blue is coming at me. And when you're working on the card, obviously you've got to keep the paint very thin. Not too much water. If, and it will, the card buckles, you need to let everything dry, bone dry, and then I just press mine, the rug press. If you're new, the rug press literally means putting things under a rug, a heavy-ish rug, and leaving them there with a bit of protective paper, or under a stack of very, very heavy books. So it's quite nice that I've gone in solidly on the top there, but if I just get some kitchen towel, I'm not really going to be lifting, no, nothing much at all is coming up, but I think I'll leave these areas on the seat part. What that needs white paint. So just the smallest little dabs of white paint. I have got some smaller gloves, but I can't remember what I did with them. And these are, right, let's just, they're too gunky. So I'm just going to take that little bit of white paint. I don't want to put water on there because from experience I know that the card just won't take too much water. Right. And then I'll go back in with the bit of paint that's left on my brush. If this were the real deal, this card's crushed on the corner, and as I said, it's going to be my experimental piece. You have to be very, very careful with the paint. But what I can do is I will work this and then photograph and see how that might print off. So let's take a clean brush, taking out just most of the water. It's always at this time that I'm torn, because I keep, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this is nice messing, but you should be painting and getting some more things finished. But this might help me, later on in the day, this might just help me get on. I've just very carefully lifted, I'll just do it again. If you get too much paint down, I like to just lift it up with a little bit of paper. Let's just take that last little bit off. What to do with the cushion area. And again, if I lift up, it'll just give me a sense of what's under there. So let's go again. And that's better. I've run over. I'm just showing you the potential pitfalls of working on the card. It's come over the edge a little bit. What you could do is tape, put some low tack tape on the inner. So I really enjoyed that little experiment. I could come in and do more, but good fun. Not all is always lost when you think it is. I recorded a very animated clip after a moment of pure frustration yesterday. I wondered about putting it in because I don't know how helpful it will be to you guys. And then the more I thought about it, I thought it is part of the process I go through. Surely it's part of the process you guys go through. We don't all react in the same way. And I know I have a tendency for overexcitement, but I've decided to drop the clip in. I've decided to share the frustration stage. I'm just about, I feel really cranky. You surely know where I'm coming from. You just can't see you just can't get the gist of what you want inside to get on the canvas. And it's in frustration that I get the brush and really start to take it out on the painting. A final kind of whoa, and it doesn't always work, but I can't tell you how much better I feel. So now there are two things that I've established. One, the colour purple. The colour purple was too heavy for me, too flat. And two, I feel like things need messing up a bit. And I should write it down large somewhere, too placed. Don't start looking down there. Too placed. Get it, do something that pushes it, gives it more interest. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't actually matter because it engages me in a way that maybe these elements don't. So it's a contrast, and that makes me feel better. This probably does sound like the ramblings of a mad person, but I thought I'd just share that. It might just communicate with someone out there. Oh, it demonstrates when I'm at my most frustrated stage of painting, when the painting isn't showing any self-expression. I want to be able to express myself through painting. I need to be honest with myself. I need to be honest about what it is I want to see, answering questions honestly. Is this painting too safe? Is the painting exciting? Is the painting bold? Is the painting modern? Is the painting a reflection of something, a little bit of me? Is there a bit of me in there that I can connect with? Your self-expression will not be, we're all different. Your self-expression will not be my self-expression or your friend's self-expression. I think it's really important every now and then to remind yourself of your self-expression, of your artist statement. I really enjoyed that, taking a bit of time this morning to calm down and think about self-expression. Is the work exciting? Is the work strong? Is the work fresh? Does the work have energy? Does the work have something in it that really comes from me? An essence. I can just keep asking those questions, trying on every piece of work to develop. So I'm so grateful for creativity. I'm grateful for creativity because it gives me an outlet for self-expression. Painting is the way I can be expressive. And I don't think there's any more to it than that. We're all creative. Every single person has creativity within them in whatever form that might take. I got essence. I got essence printed out. I'd say do that on your wall. I love thinking about having other people's quotes. And then it dawned on me, you need your own words as much as other people's words. So think on your own words. I haven't forgotten herbs, the herb project, but I haven't had a chance to get to the garden centre. So I won't forget. Let's work a little on the smalls. Here it looks a little bit muddy. I might just see if I can bring this pink up a little bit. It's too strong. I obviously mixed. I'll mix down maybe. Let's just keep going. Yes, yeah, I think it must have been Opera Rose, and I possibly mixed a slightly lighter tint with white. As that is definitely looking too strong. Let's get a brush. On here, I've got areas here that don't look so great. Right, it's rolling. Camera. Morning. I'm so glad that I got sidetracked with this. It's not fixed with the chair. We're just trying it. It's having a try on in its frame. This is the transcription of my own small paperwork. I photographed the big painting and then I worked on it, and I dropped in those books to one side and messed around with the colours. And I've messed around some more yesterday, quite a bit more. Just loving this daddy size St Ives frame. I've passed on all the nice things that you've said to Craig on his woodwork. I've promised that I won't mark it or drop it, so I'll slip that out. And I'll just put the top coat on, and when it's dry it will be fixed. And I'm asked, actually I must talk about that, I'll put that somewhere safe. People ask me why I don't use wires on the back of the pictures. Professional framers use wires and you can't adjust them, there's no adjustment. We use D-rings and cord. If you tie your cord in a reef knot, it's very easy then, it's very easy then to, I don't know if the camera can see this, but it's very easy. Oh gosh, I just knew you knew that was going to happen. Right, I'm going to put my leg there. Okay, here is a demo of a reef knot. Right over left, left over right, under. So you have then got adjustment. So if you have enough cord, you can see why the bumpers are so useful, because I'm quite clumsy. I've digressed. I'm going to take the frame down. The video this week represents my frenzied activity before going away. It's a glorious day today, and it just, I love it. To hear the birdies and the sun, to see the sun, the light. Yeah, it's phenomenal. It made me think this morning what to do first. And thinking about the herbs, I'll drop a small clip in the front, in our greenhouse area. Last year we planted lemon balm and some spearmint. They've gone mad. We've got 2 big pots in front of the greenhouse, planted last year with lemon balm. There's some mint behind, and we've got fruit trees sitting in the middle. But the lemon balm, I've just found my herb book, and it makes fantastic tea. Thinking about the herbs and digging out an old herb book, this is brilliant, the Illustrated Herb Encyclopedia, has given me a renewed energy to get more herbs going again. The basil, that first little painting, we've been playing around with different frames. I've never in my life painted a mount, but for fun I thought maybe I'll paint a green mount. So also, I thought I'd just share, I took a photograph of Pink Chair and worked on one of those printed grounds. I used a little bit of paint and those fantastic Aquatint watercolour pens. And it's not finished, but it's going quite nicely. I'm doing a bit everywhere. I've done a tiny bit. I've decided to leave areas where the underpainting shows, so therefore a little bit of brush marks shows, as well as just an area that's more, what's the word, opaque. I just thought, when I put my glasses on, I better just tidy up a bit here. And the rest I'm leaving. You can't always get everything in a painting. It is an ongoing development. The words will give me a direction. Signposts. These are my signposts. I might make the odd wrong turn, but it doesn't matter because it's all learning and it's all, you're developing on every single painting that you paint. You're making discoveries and developing. I'm going to just pour on medium. I've got all the doors open and I'm just going to move that around until I've got a nice even coat. So while that one's drying, I'm looking here. I'm struggling with this top section because most of my yellows want to run transparent or act as really good glazes. I'm going to very carefully mask up. I think I'm going to have to just paint white. So I'm hoping that if I get enough white paint across this top section, I can put down a better application of a yellow. The other really good fun thing, I quite like just putting out paint, not too much, and roaming around. Does anything need what I've got on the palette? Be really careful there. Centres. I've also got, I'll turn the camera, I've also got this sky that I've been just slowly working on. Okay, so you can see how much better the yellow looks, so much cleaner if you put your white ground down. I've avoided these areas because in a minute I'm going to try and rub back into those, so I'll have a go at that. I'll let that dry. These areas I've rubbed back. It's a nice stage. I'd say this is kind of a middle stage on this painting. More to go. So I'm asking the questions, so that needs to brew. Let's put him to one side. I'll put him somewhere else to have a different perspective. I did not think I would get this video together before leaving, so I'm feeling really pleased with myself. It will give me a bit of a breathing space. What I also intend to do, probably this afternoon, if the weather stays as beautiful as it is, I've been asked, and it was already in my mind, with my new bravery on contour painting with the brush and not the pen and not the pencil, I would like to go outside and do a little bit of plein air. I won't put it in for this week, but I will get it in the bag. I'll try and get that done. The last thing that I want to do, I have got to put the covers on my notebook, and I feel like on previous On previous covers, I've run the cover through the printer to have printed notes, and then this morning I thought actually I can use my stamps. I will drop a speedy clip in. I hope that you can identify your words and make a note of them. It might be quiet paintings, calm paintings. It could be a whole plethora of wordiness. Also, it doesn't mean that your words are fixed in stone, because we're transient. What I liked in my painting 6 months ago, I might love now, or I might not care for it. So things can shift. Your words can shift. So words that you might have associated, you might be able to tweak or adjust or ditch. Right, I'm enough. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching. Lovely comments as usual, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.